Hello everyone, this is Marco. Welcome to a new episode of Let's Talk About Singing. Today we're going to do another vocal analysis of songs, and for today's episode I chose a real classic, Knockin' on Heaven's Door by Bob Dylan. So many people like to sing this song, so many people want to sing this song, so many of my students, especially on their first class, there is an idea that this song is easy. And maybe this is because there are not too many complicated things to do in terms of vocal technique. And some people also think that Bob Dylan might not be the most gifted vocalist just because he doesn't have maybe a huge range or a crazy projection. And I think that this comes again from a misconception of what singing means. We have an idea that in order for you to be a great singer, you have to be a skilled vocalist. I kind of disagree with that. This song to me is not easy to deliver for many reasons. First of all, it's an evergreen classic. So whenever I have to sing songs that are so rooted in the American music history, I am always a little nervous about it. But also, think about this. This song is so simple, melodically speaking, that in order for you to deliver it, you have to really give something special. You have to really add something that gives emotion to the listener, because the whole song is da 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 da, repeated for a certain amount of times, and that is the song. So how do you make such a repetitive melody interesting? We'll see as we listen to this version. I specifically chose this version not only because it's the original version, but especially because I think that Bob Dylan gives a certain interpretation that is a lot more intimate, a lot more communicative than other versions. You know, we've heard this song covered by so many artists, Guns N' Roses, Eric Clapton, but let's see what Bob Dylan does, and let's see what makes this song special and why it might not be as easy as you think to sing it. Let's go.
Mama, take this badge off of me.
Okay, I'm already pausing this because a lot of people, I would say the majority of people, when they sing this first line, they stay precisely on beat. Mama, take this badge of me. That's how Guns N' Roses did it. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying pay attention to what Bob Dylan did here. Mama, take this badge off of me. He's already talking more than singing, which could be a typical characteristic of his vocal style, but that doesn't mean that just because he's singing less, he's communicating less. Actually, I'm a firm believer of less is more. Sometimes the less you sing, the more you communicate. The less you sing in terms of projection, of sustain, of vibrato. It's not always about giving 100% of your voice. I think it can be so much more effective to do something just like he did, Mama, take this badge off of me, than going precisely with Mama, take this badge of me. You're giving too much already. The song is very deep and kind of dark. The song was written for the soundtrack of Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, and it plays in the moment that the sheriff dies, so clearly someone is dying. Someone in this song is singing about his own death. So it's a lot darker than we think. And I think that for this reason, we might not just want to go full vocals on it, because the theme is a lot deeper and a lot more delicate than what we think.
I can't use it anymore.
Did you hear that? I can't use it, I can. This very like talkative way, you know, very, very effective, very communicative. Mama, take this badge off of me, I can't use it anymore. Also, he's never on beat. He is never precisely on the beat.
It's getting dark, too dark to see.
The importance of pauses. I can't stress this enough. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Do you hear the pauses in between words? Imagine if he was singing, it's getting dark, too dark to see, which is the tendency of the majority of people to just sing the notes and prolong the notes, because we are so focused on singing rather than on what we are singing that we tend to put all the words together. We tend to connect all the words and we tend to maybe sometimes sound monotone. Mama, take this badge of me, I can't use it anymore. This is what the majority of the people do. Mama, take this badge off of me. Listen to him and how straight to the point he is, how he is really telling a story. This is where you want to be when you sing a song like this, a storyteller more than a singer.
Feel I'm knocking on heaven's door.
Do you hear the rhythmic division? Feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Da 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 da. Very, very rhythmical. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. That's not what you want to do. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Gives so much more rhythm to the song.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Now, interesting thing, in the chorus, he's actually on beat. That is the only part where he's on beat. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. The melody of the chorus is the same exact melody of the verse, but because of the difference in the rhythmic delivery that he gives, they sound like two completely different parts. That is such a cool way to make the song interesting, despite having such a simple, repetitive melody. The difference is in the details. The difference is in the dynamics, in the rhythm, in the accents. Make sure that you focus on those. You don't want to sound monotone and repetitive throughout the whole song.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Now, careful about one thing. Do you hear that he pulls back on the ending? Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. He's not going, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door, and holding the note and closing it steadily. He's kind of like fading the note out. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. A lot more effective. Careful about the second door where the notes are different. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Door. There's a little slide down to a second note.
Mama put my guns in the ground.
Great, I love this. Mama put my guns. He has a little moment of hesitation before guns, and then he enhances the g sound. Mama put my guns in the ground. And the way he's saying ground is very straight to the point. He basically sings the words as if he was talking. Mama put my guns in the ground. And he closes it like that. Love it.
I can't shoot them anymore.
You don't want to go, I can't shoot them anymore. And again, the rhythm is different. I can't shoot them anymore. Very rhythmical, right? In the way he delivers it. Da 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 da.
That long black cloud is coming down.
I love this. Did you hear how he prolonged the word long? That cannot be a random choice. And it's not like Bob Dylan sat there in the studio and thought, oh, I'm going to prolong this word. It's just because he's telling the story and he's feeling every single word. You wanted the audience to believe every single word you sing. The fact that he's saying the word long and he's making the note, guess what? Longer. It's not random. That long black cloud is coming down. He's not doing the long black cloud. He specifically made that word longer, that note longer, and slat a little bit on it. That long black cloud is coming down. This is such a dark line. You want to make sure that you deliver it properly.
I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door.
Once again, rhythmic deliver and a little pullback on the ending. I feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. So much more effective than extra singing.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
And again, on this final chorus, you have the notes delivered right on tempo. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Do you hear that the way he sings knock? It's not exactly precise. Knock, knock, knocking. It's like knock, knock, knocking. Dun, dun, dun. There's like a little slide through the word. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. And again, he's pulling back at the bottom. The song is basically it. It's such a short, simple song, but it's so iconic, and there must be a reason why it's that iconic. Bob Dylan is a genius. He's a poet, and he is one of those songwriters that gets to your heart right away. Don't think that this song is so easy just because the melody is easy. The song is not the melody is not the song. There's so much more to it. Did you see what he did? In order to make the song sound diverse, in order to communicate, you kind of want to differentiate verse and chorus if they have the same melody. Try not to stay too much on beat all the time. Try not to sing too much. Use pauses. Pauses are so important. The ear needs a rest. You need to catch a breath. Your ear needs to catch a breath as well when you listen. The way he moves with his accents on the verses is really, really, really cool. How expressive he is. When you sing a song that tells such a deep story, a song that it's so poetic in the images that it uses, you want to make sure that you focus on communication. Sometimes singing as if you were talking really, really helps, giving a little more of a talkative effect to the vocals that you're delivering. Really, really helps the communication effect, the interpretation. You have to feel what you're saying. This song is a lot darker than you think. Always research what the song is about and what was it written for and what is the actual message of it. This is a song talking about someone dying. The person is knocking on heaven's door. He's about to die. So just because it's a classic song and everybody sings it, that doesn't mean that you have to disregard the actual meaning of it. In order for you to sing it better and to sing it properly, you have to know what you are singing about. So remember these simple things. Put yourself in that mindset. Put yourself in that context of being a storyteller. Try to let go of all that you think you have to do when singing and try to tell the story. Differentiate the verse and the chorus so that you give a more diverse effect to a melody that uses the same notes. Pull back a little bit on the endings of the phrase. Don't sing the words too attached. Give a little bit of rhythmic effect. And then that's it, you have it. And I'm pretty sure that if you focus on these things and if you listen carefully to the way he does it, you can discover new ways of doing it yourself as well. Thank you guys so much. I hope you liked this. Let me know if there is any song that you would like me to analyze. Write that in the comment, and I'll see you soon in the next episode. This is Marco. Ciao.